Hi, I'm Max Bainauer.
And I'm Troy McCormick. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. Welcome to Indiana Outdoor Adventures. I'm Troy McCormick, and today I'm talking with Tina Pattison from Hunt of a Lifetime. And Tina, this is a program that has grown out of a personal experience and one that has grown nationwide. We have an Indiana chapter that we'll talk about in a little bit.
We actually have two.
Two Indiana chapters, that's right. What I'd like to do is take a couple minutes so that our viewers can not only learn about what you've gone through, but learn about the program itself and maybe how they can get involved. But tell me a little bit about Matthew and your experiences that led to the creation of Hunt of a Lifetime.
Well, Matthew had cancer and was in his second remission, and came down with the cancer again and said he wanted to hunt moose in Canada with his dad. He was 18. I went to Make-A-Wish, and they said, well, he's 18. The program's for under 18. And second of all, we don't do hunts anymore. This was March of 1998. So I asked the lady, I said, well, who helped you with the hunts? And she goes, Safari Club International. I said, okay, can I get their phone number from you? She said, sure, but how do I know you're not an animal activist checking up on us? I said, honey, it's public knowledge. Could you just please give it to me? And so she was very polite about it and gave it to me. I called Safari Club International. I talked with Pittsburgh chapter. He said because it was the end of March, most of his guys that would have a moose hunt in Canada would have sold them all during the Expo outdoor shows.
Right.
Because they run January, February, and March. So he was pretty sure that he wouldn't be able to find one for this year, and I'd have a hard time finding it. So I just said, can you just give me some leads? I'll do the calls. I'll find somebody somewhere. I'll tell them the story. I said, somebody will do it. Well, I finally got one after about 15, 20 calls. And he said the only way he would do it is if my husband bought the hunt for $5,000, the full price, then he would sell us Matthew's hunt for $1,000.
And I'm assuming that Matthew had cancer for quite a while. You'd been through a lot of the treatments. Finances were probably pretty wiped out at that point. But Matthew's wish, as I understand at that time, from the hospital bed, was, Mom, I'd like to go hunt moose with Dad.
Yep.
And that's what kind of spurred all these phone calls, and because moose hunts can run $10,000, $20,000.
It's a good $10,000.
Yeah.
Plus your airline tickets, plus your licenses. So by the time we're done, when we send a kid to Alaska or Canada, we're putting probably $11,000, $12,000 into a child to make their dream come true.
And that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to make Matthew's dream come true. And because as a mom, you want to do everything you can. The suffering, I'm sure, was tough. And here was one thing that he wanted to do.
Yeah, more than anything, that's what he wanted. He wanted to hunt moose with Dad in Canada.
Yeah.
Well, the Safari Club guy, after I hung up, said God tugged at his heart. So he decided to do a couple phone calls, too. And he got a hold of Safari Outfitters in Cody, Wyoming. The Safari Outfitters in Cody, Wyoming put the word out to some of his clients because he's an outfitting business where all the outfitters come together.
Okay.
And then he tells people what he's got, what they need, and he'll call his different people under him. Well, he got a hold of a family in Alberta, Canada, whose wife had just lost her arm to cancer. So he said it hit home, and it sounded like a great thing to do, and he could do them in October of '98.
Which was the following year?
No, mine was the
year.
following year. His was the same year.
Wow, okay.
So the one I got, he would have had to wait a year and a half. The one that they got was only half a year away.
So that became a key point, obviously, in making a selection.
Right.
Taking up his offer because it was so soon. How was Matt's health at this point?
Well, in March, he had received the bone marrow transplant, so his platelet counts were down. Doctor said that he didn't think he could go on his hunt in October. And he told the doctor, he said, I'm going whether you like it or not.
Yeah, Mom found one for me, I'm going to go.
Right.
Yeah. Well, tell me what it was like when you found this outfitter who was willing to take Matthew on a hunt, and you got to go to the hospital and tell him.
It was, well, by that time, he was back out of the hospital by then. He was ecstatic.
I'll bet it was an exciting moment.
Yes, it was. He was ecstatic. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And then the best part is the outfitter waived his $10,000 fee. It was pack horses back into 10 miles through the Rocky Mountains. And
that's a dream hunt for all of us.
Yes, yeah. And then the whole town got together when they found out what was going on. And a hardware store donated all the feed for the horses for that 10 days. The grocery store donated the food for everybody for that 10 days. Another place donated the satellite phone in case you ran into trouble.
You had to be thinking about that.
Right, right. Turned out that the outfitter's son, who was in partnership with the head outfitter, his wife was a paramedic.
Wow.
So she took 10 days off of work without pay and went on as the cook for the camp, and also in case something would happen to him, she would be there and know what to do.
Sounds like Matt's story
right.
kind of touched a lot of people. And what was the name of this town?
Nordig, Alberta, Canada.
Yeah.
And then they got another place to donate a helicopter ride in and out.
Wow.
But Matt told him on the ride out, or on the way in with the helicopter, he said, I'm not riding the helicopter out, I want to ride the pack horses.
He was looking forward to the horses.
Yeah, he was looking forward to pack horsing through the mountains, because he said, I'd never get to do that.
That would have been an adventure in itself.
Right. Second day there, they got the moose. They came out of...
Your husband got to go along, so...
He got to go along as a non-hunter.
Right. But that's okay. He got to be there.
Yeah, he got to be there and watch Matt shoot the moose and watch, the excitement and Matt being out in the woods and thinking it was pretty cool out there and the whole 9 yards. So, yeah, he got to go with Matt and watch him shoot the moose and everything. So he went, and he got his cancer back in February. And then it just got worse. It progressed really fast, and it was getting up against main arteries. So they said, we're either going to have to do something drastic and double dose him with chemo to get him ready for the bone marrow transplant, or he's going to end up losing limbs. So in April, they double dosed him. 3 days after they double dosed him, he ended up in ICU, and 11 days later, we lost him. So if he'd have not got that hunt from Alberta, Canada, he'd have never lived long enough for mine, because he passed away in April of '99.
High-Tech Firearms and Training is your Southern Indiana source for all of your hunting and shooting supplies and firearms. We have a fully stocked selection of handguns, rifles, shotguns, knives, ammunition, bows, and archery supplies. Firearm training and personal protection classes are offered by NRA certified instructors in our in-house training center. Remember, shoot often and carry safely. High-Tech Firearms and Training is conveniently located in Sellersburg, Indiana.
Man, I've been all over this farm. There ain't a bird in 5 miles of this place.
Hey, man. Obviously, that ain't working.
Try this Derby City Call, Old Girl Striker. Take it for a ride. Now that's what I'm talking about. Check out our complete product line at derbycitycalls.com. Derby City, it's your call.